Whatever our shortcomings, whatever the defects and errors of this Constitution, let us pray that God will give us strength, courage, and wisdom to transmute our baser metal to gold through hard work, suffering, and sacrifices for India and her people. This has been the voice of our ancient civilization, has been the voice through all these centuries, a voice distinctive, vital, and creative. And if we, the people of India, heed to this voice, all will be well with us. This was what H.V. Kamath said when Dr. Rajendra Prasad informed the Constituent Assembly that the members can call for an amendment for the Constitution. Kamath proposed a motion stating that the preamble of India should begin by quoting, "In the name of God, we, the people of India." He asked the Constituent Assembly to consecrate the Constitution by a solemn dedication to God in the spirit of Bhagavad Gita. Tirumala Rao argued that it shouldn't be subjected to a house of 300 people whether the whole nation need God or not. And also, this constitution belongs to those people who doesn't believe in God, and it is impossible for the preamble to contain both the things. A vote was taken. 41 favored the motion. 68 members of the Constituent Assembly opposed. The motion was rejected. To which H.V. Kamath reacted by saying that this, sir, is a black day in the annals of our nation. God save India. 70 years later, when the streets and lanes of India is filled with people, most of them students, upheld the Constitution high above all the immoralities of the present day political conditions of India, I couldn't help but wonder what would have happened if the Constitution began by dedicating itself to a God. It took 2 years, 11 months, and 18 days to prepare the lengthiest written constitution in the world. One of the most important principles of Indian Constitution, the principle of secularism, was added to the basic structure through 42nd Amendment in 1976, which means freedom and respect to all the religion. And in the matters of state, religion has no place. Today, Indian constitutional secularism is swallowed by party political secularism, and a diverse and plural society like India cannot thrive without following the sui generis principles of secularism, which was put in place by our founders of the Constitution. Our Constitution, as what Jawaharlal Nehru said, is a democratic urge. It embodies the fundamental rights, directive principles of state policies, and also ensure freedom and liberty to its citizens. We stand for democracy and socialism, not necessarily in any doctrine sense, but in a sense that we uphold some basic principles of socialism. Our objectives of socialism and democracy are means to an end and not the end itself. Let me conclude this video by reciting the preamble of Indian Constitution. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. My name is Ardra. Jai Hind.